capacity-filled First Union Center in Philadelphia on Mother's Day. Scene of the rugged Eastern Conference Semifinal Series featuring the top-seeded Detroit Pistons and the fourth-seeded Philadelphia 76ers, fresh off their victory last night. It's the first game of our TNT NBA playoff doubleheader. And good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. Great to have you with us tonight. On Turner tonight, we're going to give you two games that are so different. You're going to have the grinding game here in Philadelphia. Then we'll take you out to Sacramento for that track meet, that pinball game between Dallas and the Kings. Should be a great night of watching basketball here on TNT. All right, tonight, as always, I'm with Hall of Fame coach John Thompson and NBA All-Star and Olympian Dan Majerle. And Dan, let's start with you and talk about these 76ers and their win last night. Plus 18 on the glass, rebounding a big deal for them.
Well, you said in these type of games, rebounding is very important. Every possession could be crucial. And for Philadelphia to come out and win, they have to dominate the game like they did in Game 3. See here, they had 18 more rebounds, 27-19 in the second chance points. And in the paint, they had 30 points compared to Detroit's 16 points. And the way Philadelphia does this is by being aggressive and taking ball to the basket. See here, Van Horn taking the ball to the basket. Even though he misses it, Derek Homer's there for the easy layup. Allen Iverson does what he does best, taking it all the way to the hoop. He demands so much attention that sometimes the Detroit guys lose their guy and the glass is wide open. Philadelphia has to dominate the boards, and to do that, they have to do what they did in Game 3, be aggressive and take the ball to the basket.
I'll also update a couple of injury situations for you. First of all, Kenny Thomas, who was magnificent last night in the glass for the Philadelphia 76ers, pulled a thigh muscle. He is a game-time decision. And on Detroit, Chauncey Billups, who was magnificent in that first series against the Orlando Magic, still battling a bad left ankle. He thinks he'll play. I talked to him a couple minutes ago. He'll probably start for the Detroit Pistons, which leads us to John Thompson and the Pistons and Ben Wallace. He's a big deal for that team.
Well, great big deal. Dan Wiley said it. When you start to talk about points in the paint, you start to talk about second chance points, then he talked about rebounds. That's all Ben Wallace country there. If Ben Wallace is not healthy, then it's going to reflect in how the Detroit Pistons play right now. He's got to be healthy, he's got to caulk up the middle, and he's got to stop things from happening like those points in the paint and the rebound.
You always hear the phrase, reputations are made in the playoffs. And for the celebrated rookie out of the University of Kentucky, Tayshaun Prince, that's exactly what he has done. Made a reputation for himself. That shot sent an earlier game in this series to overtime, and then he collided for 7 points in OT to give the Pistons a win. He is standing by with our D-lineup.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Tayshaun, you've really just seized an opportunity in this postseason. Why, Hal, have you been able to be so effective?
Just through hard work and dedication off the basketball court and in practice, and it just got me to the point where I'm at right now.
When you guys looked at last night's game, what's critical for you guys to be victorious here today? What do you have to do different?
We definitely got to keep them off the offensive rebounds. They killed us on the boards last time. We got to help Ben Wallace out a little bit. And also, they just too many second and third opportunities. So if we can be able to do that real early and just do it throughout the game, we'll be fine.
All right, Tayshaun, thanks for your time. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
The Eastern Conference Semifinals, the Detroit Pistons, the Philadelphia 76ers. You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
TNT, the exclusive home of the 2003 Western Conference Finals.
It was a beautiful Mother's Day, as it should be here in Philadelphia this afternoon. With Dan Majerle, John Thompson, and D-lineup. This is Kevin Harlan. And now the lineups for the Detroit Pistons. Chauncey Billups will start tonight after missing the last two games. Richard Hamilton, up front Michael Curry, known for his defense, Clifford Robinson, and Ben Wallace, the two-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year. For the Philadelphia 76ers, Eric Snow and Allen Iverson in the backcourt, with Keith Van Horn, Derek Coleman, and Kenny Thomas. And Dan, looks like Kenny Thomas is going to give it a go. He can't be 100%. He left the game last night tonight with his 76ers on top by 20 points.
No, but that's still a real good sign for them because he's been such a force with them on the boards, especially offensively. He really took care of the game 3 in the first quarter. Did a great job of coming out scoring points and getting offensive rebounds. So for them to be effective tonight, he's got to play well, and you never know how good he feels with that leg.
Chauncey Billups, John, is a guy that can give outside scoring, and he can create his own shot, which for the Detroit Pistons is vital.
And that's extremely important. But anytime you start to talk about these injuries, Thomas, Billups, or whether you're talking about Ben Wallace, the best time to test them out is when the score is nothing, Kevin.
And Wallace is not 100% in your mind?
No, I don't think so. I mean, just based on how he performed in the last basketball game, I just think that he's out there on purely guts. He's getting much better, but in the same token, I think it'll test him.
Great officiating crew tonight. Dick Pavetta, Greg Willard, and Bernie Fryer. And here we go with Allen Iverson working on Hamilton on top into Van Horn. And